session for today. Can you turn on the camera for a while?
Okay, hold on.
Okay, for today, we just continue with the lecture because actually this week the practical session is allocated for presentation of your assignment. Okay, but that one we delayed for 1 week, so you still have 1 week before do for your presentation, and then maybe around 20 minutes later or 10 minutes before we finish the class, I will discuss a little bit about your assignment. Okay, so we just focus on the chapter 8 today. Right, so you can turn off if you want. So I will go for the lecture. Okay, so like I mentioned on a Wednesday, this one's a lot of theory. So you all just need to stand and let's go through to the lecture about evaluation. So for this one, just a little bit recap regarding to the evaluation. So what is evaluation? Is assessing actually. It's about assessing the usability of a system. Okay, and we also look into the importance of the evaluation. The end of the evaluation of actually we want the end user to be happy. Okay, because they are the one who will buy, who will be using, or who will be making some good from the our product, our prototype, our final product. And then we also look into the goals, and then we also look into the 4W: why, what, where, and when. So that one I will not go through for that one. We have the formative evaluation. We also have the summative evaluation. And then methods of analysis. Usually we have two: expert and user participation. Expert analysis, usually this one is through the heuristic evaluation, and a user participation, usually it will involve the public, the end user. So this one, we already look into this one, control study, and then we also look into the field study. And then there is some guideline, okay, conducting the usability testing before, during, and after. And then this one is for the field study. Let me see if I have give you all actually the yes, this one is actually under the lecture. Okay, so let's see. I think we are until here. Okay, how to collect and record feedback from the respondent. So for this one, let me see. Okay, so we will go from the query technique. Okay, how to collect and record feedback from the respondent. This one is quite easy actually, because I think and I believe that you three have done for this one, especially when you are doing the interview. And some of us actually in our daily tasks actually, we are also doing the questionnaire, even though that maybe the questionnaire is not formal. So in evaluation, this is the query technique actually, okay, on how we will get the feedback, how we will get the opinion from the public especially. Okay, so let's look into the first one, the interview. Okay, this is the interview technique. It's actually is analyze question user on one-to-one basis. Okay, usually this one we will go face to face or through the telephone. Okay, we can go to the pasar malam, for example. You can go to the uh, survey, okay, hypermarket. You can go to the Surya Mall, I can, and doing the face-to-face interview. From there, actually, you will get the real information and real expression from the end user. Okay, the advantages of using the interview can be varied to suit the context, change some question according to the user reaction. Okay, if they think that maybe the question is not suitable with the context, so you can directly change the question so that it can accommodate with the user reaction. Okay, sometimes maybe we think that the question is quite general, but for some user, maybe they are reluctant to try to give the feedback. So maybe we can manipulate the situation. Okay, we can provide other way of the question to be asked. Okay, and then issue can be explored more fully, can elicit user view and identify unanticipated problem. So this is what we can do through the interview technique, because we are directly dealing with the end user. Okay, mostly we are doing it face to face rather than we go for the telephones, because when you are doing the telephone conversation, for example, okay, sometimes people may not they are using some excuses to not answer your question, or maybe, okay, when you use telephone, and maybe they are in other tasks actually. So when they are doing, or maybe they are going to answer your question, you will not getting the genuine answer from them. Okay, you cannot see the expression, okay, if you use telephone. So better go for the face to face. Disadvantages of the interview: interviewee can be very subjective and often reluctant, okay, to criticize openly. I think I have discussed this one actually with you all on last Thursday. Okay, and then time consuming. Of course, we have to go from one location to another location, and then to ask from one person to another person. It will be time consuming. Okay, if the assignment or the evaluation need us to conduct around 50 feedback from the end user, and then maybe it will take 1 to 3 days to be completed. Okay, because some people, okay, when you go to the public interview, okay, they will might have a long story with you, they have a long chat with you, even though actually you are looking for a simple answer, simple explanation from them. Because human behavior, okay, maybe you will see these people quite friendly, and then some people might not so friendly with you. So the answer quite vary, and we need to see the situation. So this is actually will take us the time consuming. And then the next one, let me see. Under the questionnaire, okay, under the questionnaire, we have looked into the interview, and then under the questionnaire, this is actually a set of fixed question given to the user. Okay, and then the way that we are constructing the questionnaire, usually it will depend on the method that we are using for the question. Sometimes maybe the questionnaire is open-ended, or sometimes it will be closed-ended question. Okay, so usually for the questionnaire, when we blast the email or we send the email to the target user, we can easily, okay, quick and reach large user group. For example, like maybe we are doing some application regarding to the software application in phone, okay, mobile application, for example. And then maybe you are working with TAR, for example, TAR University College. So in TAR University College, you already have the respondent. Okay, you have the student, you have the lecturer, okay, inside the college, inside the university college. So with the biggest uh, community that we have in there, okay, you can use that one. We can have around 500 to fill up the survey, to fill up the questionnaire. It can be analyzed more systematic, okay, because maybe we have said that the questionnaire will be in a few sections, okay, for section A, section B, section C, okay, and then this one we can make it more systematic and can be analyzed to follow the maybe the section. Okay, disadvantages: less flexible because it's already being said. Less probing, requires skill to produce a good questionnaire. Later we will see how to produce a good questionnaire. And poor return rates. Okay, this one I already discussed with you all on Wednesday on the poor return rates. Okay, sometimes when we blast the email, okay, to send the email, the regarding to the questionnaire, okay, some people may not want to answer the question. There is no way we can force them, okay, to fill up or maybe to join the questionnaire. So the return rates might quite low and poor. Okay, in HCI, questionnaire have long been used to evaluate the user interface. Okay, and then there is some notable questionnaire that we are always look as a guideline actually. Okay, we have questionnaire for the user interface satisfaction, and this is from Maryland Institute. Okay, you can use the QUIS. Okay, this is from 1988. And then we have the perceived usefulness and easy of use. And this is from IBM. Purdue Usability Testing Questionnaire. We have the CSUQ, Computer System Usability Questionnaire. And then we also have the SUS, the System Usability Scale. You can go to the Google and then type for the questionnaire regarding for this name. So there will be a template and an explanation regarding to this notable questionnaire that being actually being used as a guideline and a template, okay, uh, by other evaluationer, okay, to do the questionnaire actually. And deep down into the questionnaire regarding to the question format, okay, usually we will have the open question, okay, or closed question. For the closed question, it's quite easy. There will be a direct question actually. Which aspect of the interface did you like most? Okay, they will give you three options and then you need to choose one. Color, sound, ease of moving from area to area. So you need to choose one. So this is what we call closed question. You pilih satu and then siap. Okay, itu saja pilihan yang you ada. Advantage of using the closed question, easy to be answered because answer can be chosen from a given list. Dia sudah ada dia punya jawapan tu. You just only need to choose either A, B or C. Okay, usually in the questionnaire there is no right and wrong. Okay, remember that one. Okay, there is no right and wrong yeah, when you are looking for the answer or when you are putting the answer to the questionnaire. Sebab yang itu merupakan questionnaire. Disadvantages of using the closed question could distort finding because it might suggest things to people that may not otherwise secure to them because we don't give them other option. We only give them 3 or 4 straight answer. Okay, and then maybe that answer, the option that we give to the in the questionnaire, okay, it's not suitable or it might be not being applicable to the user that who fill out the questionnaire. So this one we need to see, and then sometimes in the questionnaire, okay, when we use the closed question, we always put other reason. Okay, we add in the questionnaire, okay, other reason, or maybe other answer. We add another option for them to express, or maybe to give them the option to give other answer, or maybe other opinion, rather than the A, B, C, the selection for A, B, and C. That is the improvement of the closed question actually. And then for the open question, that is the example you can see from the slide. What aspect of the interface did you like most? Okay, there is no option A, B, C, or D. Okay, you need to give by your opinion. Advantage of using the open question: respondent can answer the question in any way they like. So the answer might be varied, and uh, disadvantages actually when we are using the open question: obtain a rich source of data, and they are very difficult to analyze, because if we take for example maybe 100 respondent, and then from the open question, okay, the answer might be different from one person to another person. Okay, imagine that you have a questionnaire from 100 respondent, and then the 100 respondent giving you a lot and a different way of answer, okay, regarding to the same question. So for this situation, it's actually quite hard for us to do the analysis. Okay, so sometimes we need to see if we want to use the open question, or it's better to use the closed question. Okay, so for me, okay, when we are doing the questionnaire, we always looking into the objective of the questionnaire. Okay, we always looking the goal of the questionnaire, so that we can, when we are designing the questionnaire, so we know that maybe in part A, okay, we can put it as a open question, and then for the part B and C, for example, okay, we can set that one into a closed question. So actually, in the questionnaire, the question format, it's not only that you can only have one option, closed or open. You can have both of the style of question. Okay, as long that we can get the feedback, and the feedback can be relate or reflect with our goal and objective. So this is the example of question format. Okay, we can use the checklist. What factor are important to you when buying a software product? So they will have a checklist, and then from that checklist also actually they will give, at least for this one, okay, they have the chance, okay, the respondent have the option to choose not only one, but maybe one, two, or maybe all. And there is a multiple choice question. This one, and disadvantages you also can see. Okay, you can only choose one. Okay, what is your favorite pizza topping? Okay, and then how about when people like two favorite? They have two favorite of pizza. Okay, and then the topping one, the topping may be quite different. They have two. Okay, mushroom and sausage, for example. So in here, when you use multiple choice question, it's only have one. So you should know where actually, when you select the question format, okay, please look into the question, and then think that if the respondent might be have a different answer, or maybe have a different opinion. And then we also have the scalar question. Okay, usually this one we are use the scaling, like at scales. Okay, a range of value describing how much a person agree or disagree with a particular statement. Usually we will use the strongly disagree until a strongly agree. Okay, actually from this uh, scale, okay, we can create the analysis through the median. Okay, and then this one actually is a quite uh, accurate, okay, because it's depending with the number in here. Okay, but there is of course there will be also a disadvantages. Okay, hard to quantify anything other than having participant to agree disagree to a question statement. Okay, also the same, they will not giving you the option, or they are not giving the respondent the option to have other opinion or feedback in here. Okay, only strongly agree or strongly disagree. The scale is only that option. Okay, so and then we also have the semantic differential scale. Okay, so for this one, semantic differential, okay, usually we will choose from weak to strong. Okay, used to measure meaning of things and concept. Okay, measure connotative meaning, okay, which is the suggestive significance of a word. Okay, for example, like good or bad, sad or happy, important versus unimportant, expensive, inexpensive, quick, slow. So this is the comparison actually when we are doing the semantic differential. Usually when we are doing deep analysis, okay, or maybe we are doing, I think, from master and PhD level, okay, when they are doing the questionnaire, okay, usually open-ended and closed-ended question is the less question that we will ask. Okay, usually the format of the question is more to scale. Okay, it's more to scale, and also for the semantic differential scale actually. Okay, questionnaire design issue. Can the question be easily understood? This is uh, the thing that we need to take over or tackle, okay, under the design issue. Okay, sometimes, okay, when we design the questionnaire, okay, maybe the target to be general. Okay, and then of course, when we blast the email, okay, when there is no target audience, okay, if for example if we do this questionnaire to the student in tar, okay, tar university college, of course we will get the specific range of age. Okay, I think it's around 20 to 30. Okay, but if we go to the public, sometimes, okay, the email, okay, send to the this one dot for example, and then maybe just 16 years old, and then sometimes the email that we send, okay, we blast it to the public. Maybe you put the questionnaire in the Facebook, for example, so that people can give their feedback. Maybe being filled up by the uh, orang yang sudah berusia. Okay, contohnya mungkin 65 or maybe 70 years old. So with these two different age, okay, they will for for a certain that these two age, okay, you will see that there must be a different opinion and a different view of the question. Okay, you need to look into this one, especially when you are posting the questionnaire into the social media. Okay, for example, like maybe you're posting it into your Facebook, your Instagram, for example, because this one, people can share your questionnaire. They will help you to boost to get the feedback. We don't know actually when the people help us to share the questionnaire, and the questionnaire is being shared to other people. Okay, and then at this stage or level, okay, for sure we are under the dark about the uh, a group of people that will try to fill up the questionnaire. Okay, is the question too vague or too precise? Okay, is the question biased? You support Arsenal, don't you? Or are you criminal? This type of bias question is actually sometimes will confront the user, the respondent. They will distort the thinking, the way of the respondent thinking about the questionnaire. Is the question necessary to the evaluation? Okay, because sometimes maybe because of the requirement, okay, all the prototype, all the before going to the final stage of the product shipment, for example, you must do the questionnaire. You must do this process, the questionnaire, for example. So sometimes the questionnaire is only to complete the process. So we need to think, okay, and then to see if actually this questionnaire or the question is necessary to the evaluation. Okay, will respondent to be willing to provide the information? Usually in the evaluation, in the questionnaire, we try to avoid to getting the personal information. Okay, and we try to avoid to get, okay, especially the sensitive issue. Okay, for example, like we are asking about their religion, we are asking about their politic opinion. Okay, usually this quite of sensitive issue or information, okay, the respondent are not willing to share unless, okay, we are asking, okay, the question is asking in general. Okay, so let's look into the questionnaire. Okay, if that question is actually will be getting the respondent feedback or not. Okay, is the question applicable to all respondent? I think this one we already discussed just now. Okay, because sometimes like what I have mentioned, okay, when we post the questionnaire to boost it to get more respondent, we post it on the Facebook. Okay, and then from the Facebook, our friend share the questionnaire, and then our friend will share it into their friend of friend, and then it will become friend of friend of friend of friend of friends. So at this scenario or at this situation, we never know that if the actually question is applicable to everyone. Okay, maybe it's actually quite understandable, okay, by the people aged from 40 to 60 only, for example. But the questionnaire have been shared to everyone. So sometimes kids or maybe sometimes the teenager also trying to fill up the questionnaire. So we will see that actually the right, or when we do the analysis, okay, the result might be not as we are targeting actually. Okay, recommendation for questionnaire design. Actually, there are a lot of recommendation. If you go to the internet, you Google it, you do some research from online, a lot of questionnaire design can be found. Okay, closed question is a preferred over open question. Okay, whenever possible, ask closed question and offer a range of possible answer. Why? Okay, because like in the slide before this. Okay, actually, when we use open question, we will get a lot of rich answer. Okay, so if you want to have a targeted answer or a targeted feedback, okay, usually we will drive the respondent into the answer that we want actually. And that's why we use the close question. The close question is actually to drive the respondent to the output that actually the developer or the designer want actually, so that we can see if they like the prototype, the product or not actually. Question need to be structured carefully. Begin with the general one, the easier question, and then go to the part B, go to the part C, where the question might be detailed or might be difficult. This is the way that we construct, we design the question in the questionnaire. Okay, from easy, go to the details. Okay, and then you can see they've been strike that one questionnaire must not be too long. Long questionnaire may deter participation. Okay, this one we can argue with this one, because some of the evaluation, okay, we need more than two paper. Okay, because when we do deep analysis, okay, when we do deep analysis or deep evaluation, of course, we will need to ask a lot of questions, okay, regarding to the our prototype, our product actually. Okay, so sometimes, okay, we need to see, okay, if we need more feedback, okay, to get the prototype will be in the good shape, okay, maybe in the future. So when we receive a lot of feedback means we can do a lot of improvement. Step in conducting a survey by questionnaire. Let me see. This one, guys, can we take around, let me see, 5 minute breaks, because I want to take water dulu sekejap. Okay, 5 minute break before I continue.
Okay.
It's around eight more slide actually. Right? 5 minute breaks. Right, so we continue again with the, I think, less than 10 more slides. We will finish this one. So the next one is the step in conducting a survey by a questionnaire. So this one, quite general. There are a few steps that we can follow. The first one is decide on the target population and a sample size. Okay, usually this one, okay, we need to see the prototype of our product, the maybe the target population. Okay, we look into which age that we should target, for example. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, when I see Noel uh, uh, proposal, okay, it's about mobile application. Okay, so for this one, if you are doing the questionnaire, for example, so the target population, okay, should be, okay, the student in the college, okay, not by the student from the primary school. Okay, so the target population should be not accurate, actually, should be suitable with the application, or maybe the apps that we want to develop, or we will have the final product. And then of course we need to see the sample size. Okay, what size of the respondent that we will need for the questionnaire? Is it 20 enough, or maybe around 50 should be good enough, or maybe you need more? Okay, because you need to think and always remember. Okay, semakin banyak, the more that you have the uh, 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 feedback from the respondent, the more that you will need to analyze, the more information that you will need to analyze, the more the data that you receive from the respondent, the more time consuming that will be needed also to analyze. So actually, it's all depend with the product, or maybe the evaluation that you need to conduct. Okay, who do you want to ask and how many? This one is quite related with the first one. Okay, the target population. Okay, from who do you want to be the respondent and how many? Okay, develop the question. This is the critical one for me. Okay, when you develop the question, of course, okay, you will see and you will need to know who is your target, who is your respondent. Okay, from the target, you know actually how to develop the question. And then to develop the question, you need to see, okay, either you want to use open-ended or closed-ended question, or maybe you mix it together. Okay, campur, okay, close dengan open. Okay, permulaan for part A, maybe you use open question, and then after that for part B and C, you go for the closed-ended. This is the way that we will drive the respondent to go to our goals, actually. Okay, and then maybe you can have a pre-test the questionnaire. Maybe you send it to your colleague, or maybe you test it to your friends, a close friend, for example. Okay, and then ask them a simple question: Is this good enough to have the question? Okay, a pre-test. Okay, do some pre-test, and then you can conduct the survey. Okay, conduct the survey to look if the target population is the right timing that we want to blast for the email, to send the email, for example, or maybe it's not the right time. So do the survey first, and then collect data and analyze the data collected. This one, it must, okay, it must thing that you need to do. Okay, there is no how to say this one. There is no way that actually when you are doing the survey, you are not doing the analysis. It's totally in a different way. Okay, you all penat-penat buat the survey or buat the questionnaire or buat the evaluation, and then there is no analysis. So it's nothing that actually you can get from the questionnaire, from the evaluation, if you are not doing the analysis. The analysis actually is where you can get the feedback. Okay, either the feedback is maybe not so in favor for you. Okay, maybe dia tidak berapa sesuai dengan you all punya keputusan. Okay, the one that we want, but that is the result. So we need to accept that one. And then let's see the next one. Experimental technique. Okay, an aspect of a design is to use a control experiment. Evaluator choose hypotheses to be tested. A number of experimental conditions are considered which differ only in the value of some control variable. Changes in behavioral measure are attributed to different conditions. So in experimental technique, okay, to make it easy for you to understand, easy. Okay, in experimental technique, we already set the hypothesis. And then actually we as the evaluator, we need to test the hypothesis actually. Okay, sama ada hipotesis kita itu betul ataupun tidak. Okay, kalau when the hypothesis is actually in the same way, okay, with the result, and then yes, our experimental or the experiment is actually success and can be continued. If the result is not in favor with the hypothesis, and at this stage you need to consider or reconsider your approach towards to the your product, your prototype. Okay, because in experimental technique we actually testing the hypothesis. That hypothesis actually we already set, and then when we setting the hypothesis, we actually want that the result should be like this one. The result is should be like this one. We already set that one. So in experimental, we actually want to verify, want to confirm that the hypothesis is actually true. Okay, when the result is not in the favor of the hypothesis, and then we have to look again either in our evaluation or maybe from the step of designing the product. So that is actually the drawback when we are doing the experimental technique. Okay, we actually depending with the hypothesis result. Okay, when we are doing the testing, okay, under the experimental, so bear in mind, okay, it will be always contradict with the hypothesis. Okay, so that is experimental technique. And then to do the experimental technique, actually, you can set it into a few design. Okay, first we can look into the within the groups design. Okay, each subject perform experiment, sorry, under each condition. Usually the condition have been set. We can control the condition in here. Transfer of learning possible, less costly and less likely to suffer from user variation, because this is actually the control situation, the control condition. We set the control condition under the experimental design, so that actually the hypothesis, we try to match that one around 80 to 90% to the hypothesis. And then the second one is about the between groups design. Okay, each subject perform under only one condition. No transfer of learning, more user required, variation can bias the result. So that is the difference between group design, within group design and between group design. And then we also have the A/B testing. Okay, comparing two versions of web page to see which one perform better. Okay, usually we have two set of uh, 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 similar performance actually, or maybe they have similar function. Two minor variants of a web page. Okay, for example, like design A, show design A to to every even number visitor to website, and then from AB, okay, sorry, the B, show design B to only to the odd number. Okay, monitor site to see which has higher dwell rate or maybe click through rate. So from here, actually, these two websites, okay, they have the same function, they have the same target, but we will see that if the respondent more go to the A or more go to the B. Okay, so here we will get the result. It's actually a repetition process, okay, to get the feedback from the respondent. Okay, and then you can also use the psychological method. This one is from the eye tracking psychological measurement. Okay, you can see from the picture there. Okay, they will use the eye tracking. Kalau you all tengok movie-movie tu, a lot of spy movie. Okay, they will see the eye tracking. Okay, untuk tengok sama ada we are lying or not. Okay, this one is a psychological method actually. And then you can go for the psychological measurement. Okay, usually emotional response linked to the physical changes. This may have determine a user reaction to the interface. Okay, the measurement including the heart activity, the GSR, electrical activity in muscle, electrical activity in brain. Okay, some difficulty in interpreting this psychological response. More research is needed actually. The psychological measurement is always been using in the I think in Malaysia, I'm not too sure if we have this kind of testing or not. But in advanced country like US, like UK, they already have the what is the name of the testing, okay, untuk mengkaji when you are lying or not. Okay, I'm not sure in Malaysia it's actually being approved to use or not. Yes, the lie detector, but I'm not sure in Malaysia it can be accepted in the uh, what we call in the court, okay, proceeding or not. Okay, but I'm sure in the advanced country, because we have read the news actually, they are doing the lie detector to the case in the court. But in Malaysia, I'm yet heard about that such measurement have been done, okay, through the court proceeding di mahkamah untuk negara kita. So far, I don't think so. Okay. Yes, of course, we will have this one in Malaysia also, but to be used in a formal, okay, I'm not sure if we have been approved or not. Okay, in advanced country, yes, okay, diterima pakai untuk digunakan di mahkamah. Okay, this is the one actually. Okay, the lie detector, that one. Okay, they can use this one. There are a lot of machine that can be used, and then not only for the case penipuan actually. Okay, if we want to see, there are a lot of technology actually, especially in the AI field. Okay, to use this psychological measurement actually. Okay, and then analysis data. Okay, this one you can do either quantitative data analysis or qualitative data analysis. Usually quantitative statistical method. Okay, we are using the counting, the t-test analysis of variance, and time series analysis. And then if we are doing the qualitative data analysis, this one usually is under the interpretation, is under the comparative analysis. Usually we will go for the quantitative data analysis. We have the data, we have the information, and then we interpret them into the deep analysis. Okay, I think you all have heard about the in analysis of information. Okay, we always using the I'm not sure the name already. The SPKPP. The name is SPKPP. Let me recall that one. Maybe by next week I will share with you all. Okay, about the quantitative data analysis. Okay, so the evaluation process. Okay, in here, okay, we have the types, formative, summative, method, user participation, expert analysis, field study, laboratory study, and then how to collect the data. We can use think aloud, query, experimental. Okay, and then we yes, Noel, PSPP. Okay, because at my college before this, we are not using the PSPP. There is another name, PP. There's a reverse of the name from the PSPP. Okay, the analysis, the analytical analysis. Yes, SPSS, that one. Okay, it's actually the same like it's the same actually. They have the same function, PSPP and SPSS. This one. Okay, they have the same function. Okay, to do the evaluation. Okay, deep analysis of evaluation. Not evaluation, sorry. We are doing the data analysis actually, not evaluation. Sorry. Okay, so for the next week, we will look into the expert analysis. Okay, there is a one core topic with the expert analysis. Right, so the general information about the evaluation have been done for this session. So for your assignment or the presentation, that one we delay for 1 week. Actually, I just want to share with you all this one only. Where is the let me see the practical, and then let me see this one. Give me around 2 more minutes, okay, before we dismiss the class. I think I have shared this one to you all before this, but I'm not too sure. You all have this one, right? The assignment rubric.
Oh yeah.
All right, good. So you all know on how I will do the assessment. Okay, I will be based on this assignment rubric. So when you are, please let me know, guys. Okay, if you have difficulty to finish your to assignment, your presentation, let me know, because actually we have 3 weeks, okay, to for you to complete the presentation. Okay, this week, by next week, and another week actually, because in our class kamu 3 saja. Okay, so it should be in 1 week pun kita akan habis. That one maybe I will do in week 13 for maybe, because I have a small number of students only. Okay, so you still, if you think that you want to submit it earlier, you let me know. You can submit it to me. Let me have a look before we go for the final assessment of your presentation. Yes. Okay. From the beginning, actually, you need to present, because when I when I go for to the presentation assessment, I will ask, okay, from the introduction until what you do in the HE, for example, or what is the relation between your proposal, okay, until you go for the high fidelity, for example, okay, from your proposal until you go for the high fidelity or low fidelity. So that is the thing that usually I will ask actually. Okay, the relation between from the early step of your assignment, okay, until you can go to the evaluation, for example. Okay, and then there is another one. Where is this? This one you have, right? The HCI assignment evaluation form.
I think have.
This one.
Ah, yeah, got.
Okay, so quite easy because you should know when I'm doing the assessment letter. So this is the thing that I will look also. Okay, assignment evaluation form and also from the rubric. Okay, when you go for the presentation. Okay, the presentation is actually 10%. Okay, the most important one is the content of your assignment, the compilation of your assignment. The presentation is apart from the assignment, your assessment. Okay, not the presentation that I'm looking for. I'm looking for the content of your assignment. Okay, not actually the presentation. The presentation, I don't think you should have problem with that one because you can present, no problem. If you have difficulty in presenting that one, you can do it in for me. Okay, you all boleh buat dia dalam keadaan santai for the presentation, no problem. But I will ask the relation between the content. Okay, from the introduction, you go to the proposal, and then you go for the usability testing, or you do the heuristic evaluation. That is the relation I will ask between in the between of your assignment. Okay, under your assignment. Okay, the presentation is apart from the whole assessment actually. Can get that one? Maybe by can we have by next week? Okay, you under the practical. Okay, you all try to to not to submit lah. Okay, show to me under the practical session. Okay, your work so far that you have done. If you think that you already done that one, no problem. Okay, you can pre-submit to me. Okay, you can ask for not 2 marks first. Okay, maybe you need to have some review, or maybe you need to have some feedback first. Okay, before we go for the final presentation. Okay, maybe that one we will do in our session. Okay. Need the interactive prototype? Yes, that one. But that one is actually depend with your project. Okay, interactive prototype. That one is actually depend with your project. Okay, I'm not sure. For example, if you are doing some kind of prototype, okay, product, for example, maybe you have. Let me see. What kind of example that I can use? Okay, maybe you have a smartphone, for example. Okay, let me see, Kelvin. Movie booking. Okay, so that one, okay, for movie booking. Okay, usually this one is some kind of apps, Kelvin. Okay, okay. So this one is app. So you can have the maybe the interface of the your apps. Okay, you don't have to show me your full product. Okay, maybe you can have the simple interface, simple prototype of your apps. Okay, let me see. Because in the HCI, we are not creating the full final product. No, okay. We are only need to have it until the evaluation stage. Under the evaluation stage, not the full product. You don't have to show me, this is the working web apps, or maybe this is the working uh, uh, mobile apps. No. The process is, we want to make sure that you all understand the process of doing the apps, from the beginning, until you can go for the, not the full finished product, not the full finished product. Don't send to me the full finished product actually. Okay, can get that one?
Okay.
Right, so maybe by next week we will have pre-presentation from you all. Okay, you can try, and then I can give some feedback. Okay, so by next week we try to do pre-presentation. Okay, and then I will give some feedback to you all. Okay, so I think please turn on your camera before we dismiss our session today. Let's wait Farah go inside again. Okay, Farah. All right. Okay, so hopefully you all can share with me your pre-presentation by next week. Yeah? Right. So thank you, and have a good weekend, guys. Thank you. See you next week.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right.